Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Saturday, March 2nd. We made it through February. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, the month went by so fast, but for me, it just seemed to drag on and on and on. But I'm very glad that we are now in March. I woke up today and let the dog out, and it was a little cloudy. So and then I went back to bed, and then I woke up again, and it was sunny. And I thought, oh, good, we'll have sun for a little bit. We had sun for 45 minutes, and now it's raining. So I don't even know. I'm done with the rain. I know we need it, but I'm done. I'm ready for some warmer weather, springtime weather. I'm kind of tired of hibernating. So there's that. This week, first of all, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to my channel. My channel is on my hobbies, cross-stitching, a little bit of sewing, hopefully eventually a little bit of quilting, paper crafting. I like to make cards and gift tags and gift treat boxes and gift card holders. That kind of a thing. I dabble a little bit in scrapbooking, although not as much as I used to. I do want to finish the kids' albums though and get them out. So thank you. If you are brand new, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. It really means a lot. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you are taking the time to sit with me. I am just so appreciative. So thank you. Today, Gunner is doing better in a lot of ways. He is getting less and less reactive to the cats, which is really nice. In fact, before I had the video, because it's raining, I let him out in the living room for a little bit, and the cat ignored him and he ignored the cat, and all was well and right in the world, and it was great. Now I locked him in his crate, I put him up, and I can hear him, and he is beside himself that he is away from me. So, because he knows I'm out here and he wants to be out here. But our backyard, the grass was new as of last spring, and it's dormant right now. And then with him, it's a little on the muddy side. So every time I bring him out here, he tracks mud into my room, and then he gets bored and he knows how to open my trash can, which has a lid on it, and he knows how to get into all the things that he shouldn't do. He just doesn't lay down and be still. And I don't expect him to. He's 10 months old, but still. So he's in his crate. I will let him out later. We will have a grand old time. It'll be fine. Ethan, he is supposed to be leaving, we thought Monday. So we all took the day off. We all are preparing ourselves mentally for Monday. We did our family party last week. It was lovely. I put it together very quickly, but it really did turn out nice. The food was good. I just ordered a couple sandwich trays from Togo's. It's a sandwich shop. Is it national? I don't know if it's a national chain. I ordered a couple trays of sandwiches. We bought some potato salad. We bought a couple of desserts, some brownie bites and cheesecake and a Louisiana crunch cake, which is delicious. I had some for breakfast on Monday. So it's no different than a donut, people. So it was really nice, and it was good to have family together. They're extremely proud of him and what he wants to do, and they realize and recognize that this is a huge step. So it was a really nice visit. Then I find out on Wednesday, he needed my car for something early in the week. And so I said, that's fine. Maybe it was Tuesday or Wednesday. And I said, that's fine. I had to be at work at 6:30 in the morning. So I had my husband drop me off. And then I told him, you know, I will text you when I'm ready, but it'll be about 3. So I texted him and said, are you done with what you need to do? Oh, yes. And I'm like, okay, fine. You can come get me at 3 and come in and say goodbye to my boss. My boss did a lot of work with him when he was a teenager and as a camp counselor. And she is quite fond of him. So he came in and was talking to her, and I'm, you know, standing in the doorway, and then she's like, so when are you leaving? He's like, Sunday. And I'm like, Sunday? What do you mean Sunday? You told me Monday. No, I always said Sunday. No. You never said Sunday, ever. Ever. So now he's leaving tomorrow. We have to have him at the recruiting station at 2 p.m. And then he will go to the military processing center near Los Angeles Airport. And then I don't think tomorrow, I think Monday, although I don't even know what to think anymore because I keep getting different stories. Tomorrow or Monday, he will be taken to boot camp, and we won't hear from him until like 11 or 1 in the morning, something like that. And he will give us a call, and it will be a scripted call. I'm here, I'm safe, I love you, bye. I will write, bye, something like that. So that will be tomorrow. And I did take Monday off, but now I'm thinking maybe I need to just go to work. So I'm probably going to go to work on Monday. I'm going to be the only one that will, but I'm probably going to go to work on Monday. I think I'll be fine, but if I'm not, I'm sure I'll be able to leave. They're all very understanding of what I might be going through, so it's okay. And I still kind of stand by. At least I know he won't be getting into as much mischief as if I were dropping him off at college. So that's a tiny little bit of making me feel a little bit better. So I got a lot of stitching done this week. I'm really quite pleased. I have a finish, not a full finish, because I did not want to go to Home Goods to see if I could find a frame for it last night. By the time we went to dinner and our food took forever to get to us, and by the time we got out of there, he's like, my husband's like, well, let's just go. And I'm like, no, now I have to go to the bathroom and I don't want to, I'm tired. I want to go home and get my jammies on and stitch and watch TV. And so that's what we did. So I did not get there last night. I thought I had to run one errand this morning, and I thought, well, maybe I'll go there too. And then it started raining and I'm in flip-flops, and I thought, I don't want to go. So I came home, played with the dog instead, and chatted with Ethan for a little bit, and here I am. So I do have a finish. I have a new start and a whole bunch of whips and some things I haven't touched in a while. So make sure you stay through that section. My finish, let's go ahead and look at that. Celebrate the Years by Hands On Design. Like I mentioned in another video, this past year, 2023, was my 30-year anniversary. So I started this in July, and I finished it on Friday. I finished it last night. And I'm using my wedding colors, which is like this jade color, purple, pink, and white. And I decided to stitch this on 32 count Belfast linen in Slate by Fiber on a Whim. And this is my finish. So I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I still think that teal stands out a little too much. I think if I were to do it again, since teal was the color of the bridesmaids' dresses, I might have done the 30 in the teal and then years to celebrate in the white. But I decided I am not unstitching that. And once I got the pink and the purple kind of flanking it done, it turned out okay. I mean, good enough. I mean, it's only 30 years. It's not that big of a milestone, right? Just kidding. So I'm thinking it's about 3.5 by 3.5. So I'm thinking a 4-inch frame. I would love to see if I could find something silver, maybe with a vintage flair to it. So that'll be the goal this week, is to get to like Home Goods or At Home and see if I can't find a frame to fit that and fully finish it and put it in my bedroom. I must say I am enjoying, I decided on a Friday night, because usually that's the night where if we're going to go out to a restaurant that might take a little bit longer, we tend to do that on a Friday night. We take our time, because we have nothing to do the next day, really. So, well, my husband has to work. Sometimes I have to work, but it's the end of the week. So, what I decided when I picked this one up is I have so many whips that are almost to the end. I thought, okay, if I can finish the whips just on Friday, that'll be my Friday evening stitch. And I just stitch on it Friday for however long I want to until it's done. Then I have the rest of the week to work on whatever I want. And so that's what I did. I did have a new start. I finished the April monthly weigh-in, but you can see up here I still haven't fully finished it. But I have started April. And the reason I did that is because I figure it'll take me most of March to stitch it, and maybe I'll actually have it finished for April. And I got this as a club member through Fat Quarter Shop. So they send you the chart and they send you the flosses. And I am absolutely loving this color palette. These two colors, Shrimp Cocktail and Lettuce Leaf, are so fun to stitch with. I'm loving it. So I was able to get the month name done. And these flowers were so fun to stitch. I really enjoyed it. So, so they're done. It looks so much better in person than what it's coming across on the video. But it's really pretty. I would actually love to have a lipstick this color. It's a Shrimp Cocktail. In fact, I feel like I had, in junior high, I feel like I did have a lipstick that was kind of that color. It was like a pink with a little bit of gold shimmer, and I loved that color. It was the 80s. Everything was frosted and not glittery, but frosted and pastel, and you remember. I'm stitching this on the called for, which is 28 count tea dyed Monaco. So it's an even weave. Very easy to stitch on. So I will be starting the actual piece with the scale this week. I had another new start. I wanted to start a springy Easter chart, and I was looking for a stitching with the Housewives chart, but I think I put it up. Instead, I had this one out and it was fully kitted. So I grabbed this one, and it's Hop to It by Annie Beez Folk Art. It looked like it would be an easy stitch. And so I pulled that out. I have all of the flosses. I think I have all the flosses. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6. I'm missing one, but that's okay. I can find that. Just really nice, soft, peachy pinks and tans. Stitching this one on the called for fabric, which is 28 count green sapphire linen by Zweigart. And this was just one evening. That's how much I got done. I don't have very much. I just have the Brenda Gervais jelly bean pillows done. And actually my daughter took one of those last year, so I'm down one. But I just wanted some more pillows because I do have a tiered tray and 2 other trays that I decorate now, and so I don't have enough for it all. I will probably finish this very closely to the pattern, or to the to the sample. I think I have a pink chenille trim. I might make my margins a little narrower though, so it might work up to be just a little bit smaller. But I love this. I think it's so cute. Again, if I can get it done for Easter, great. If not, it'll be done by next year. It'll be fine. But I wanted to start something springy and for Easter. Put some time in on Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. This was my birthday stitch from 2022. My birthday start. I'm using the called for flosses, and some of them broke. The floss drops. I'm like, they're not bobbins. What are they? I am stitching this on 40 count vintage country mocha Newcastle linen. And here is where I'm at. So what I worked on was this up here. So I got those strawberries started, and I started working on the vines that are connecting it. And they will meander their way over to the tree here in the middle, and then there'll be more. So I just am working on this section here. If I can get this section done, and just kind of work on it, then it'll go quick enough. I'm just working on this once or twice a week until I just decide I'm going to do that until I get it done. And I am loving the way it is working up. I just love it. So I put some stitches into that. Then I pulled out this one, Penny. You asked. Dreaming of Poppies. The colors in this are stunning. I will say this is by Rosewood Manor, um, designed by Karen Kluba, Kluba, down at the bottom. These are highly shaded, and they're shaded so closely together that honestly, when you look at the colors when they're stitched, they don't, you can't tell that there's like there might be 3 colors in here, but you can't tell. So it's just very subtle shading, but the color palette is just beautiful. I love all of these colors. A little messy, but hey, that's okay. And I am stitching this. What am I stitching this on? 32 count Winter Moon linen by Zweigart. It's kind of a vanilla-y color. I wanted to stitch all the way across the bottom to make sure that I had an okay margin. I will probably be framing this myself. I'll probably order the frame and frame it myself. I know I have enough height. So now I'm just kind of working one page until it's completed. But this is where I'm at. And so what I worked on was this motif right here. And honestly, I did not want to put it down. This has a little bit of green. I think these are green leaves. I think this is a stunning piece. The colors really pop off of this fabric. I'm so glad I went with this fabric color. So this will get some attention a little bit more frequently now that we're getting into spring, and I feel like I need some bright, cheerful colors. Just so you know what that motif looks like. This is the motif right here. So it's got some red going through. It'll look more like a flower, and I mean it's heavy because it's black, but it'll be less so when it's completely, that motif is completely finished. It'll be less heavy, I think. So I pulled that one out. It has been one that I've been thinking about for quite a while, but I had so many other things that I just couldn't bring myself to pull it out until this week. So I put in quite a bit of time on stitching Seasons winter. I do not think I'm going to get this done, but we are certainly trying. This is because it's over now, it was a club thing through Fat Quarter Shop. You sign up and they get you one a quarter. So there is it comes in a bag with your coordinating enamel zipper pull. It came with finishing fabric, although for what I want to do, I'm not sure I'm going to use this red. We'll see. It came with the fabric to stitch it on, which is 28 count even weave thin white pine board by Fabric Flair. You get a card that tells you everything that's in the kit and what its value is. And of course you get the chart and the floss. So I'm using the called for flosses. And I finally got to a point where I could start on Summer Sky. So I've got a little bit of the darker blue working on it. And here we go. So what I did is I believe I finished the cardinal. I think the cardinals were done. I finished filling in the snowflakes on either side of this snowman. I finished these mugs, so I added the whipped cream and the stars on the mug. I added whatever snowflakes I needed to here, and I finished those off. Well, on this side still needs some work. And then I started on the word winter. So when I'm done with the top, I think the houses will go fairly quickly. So maybe a few more nights of this and it'll be done. I will have to see. But it's very cute. And I was glad. I mean, for the amount of time that I spent on this, I feel like I made a lot of progress. So that was good. And that was, this week I had to be at work 3 days at 6:30 in the morning, which meant I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. And I don't think I have any mistakes, but I was able to work on this even being super tired. Let's do this one next. This is the Patreon chart. Now my ink isn't very good on this. I'm running out of ink, but I'm doing the tier 4 Patreon, Teresa Kogut, tier 4 Patreon Sal. And I'm a little frustrated, but not to the point where I'm completely irritated and angry. I'm a little frustrated, but it's an easy fix, and so I've been fixing it as I go. Part 1 was issued, and she's doing this as a Sal so that other people can stitch it too, and she can, if somebody has an idea, they shoot it over to her. She thinks about it, adjusts. If there's an issue that the stitchers catch, she'll adjust it. So like the first issue was the sign. The sign was not big enough for Willow Antiques to really show up in the stitch. So she changed the shape of the sign so that it would fit. Unfortunately, when she did that, I had that whole section already done. I was not going to frog a house because even though I love houses, they are not my favorite thing to stitch. So I just left mine. It says antiques and there's a space up at the top, and I'm not sure what I will put up there. I might put the date. I might make up a date. I might put 2023 or 2024. Actually, this is a 2-year Sal, so I might put the date that we finish it. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2 was when we got the second month release, she had outlined this building on the chart. Not with a straight stitch, but she put in a line of darker stitches to kind of define it, because this color is a very close color to the linen color. So it doesn't show up super good, super well. But of course, that meant that this was off on the bottom because she put that line all the way across the bottom too. And that meant that this whole thing wasn't lining up. So I had the side of the building and the doorway, that little entryway, to finish stitching with month 2. And she changed it with the color. So that meant I had to really look at the pattern and figure out, do I want to use the darker color or the lighter color to finish off that house. So my stitch count, it's not off. I have the right number of stitches, but the layout of where these windows are in relation to the end of the building is off a little bit. So there's problem number one, which also means that this whole row, now I thought it was a railroad track, but it's actually a fence, and I can see it now. So that fencing is now off. And which means that somehow I think I messed up on this little part right here, with the house, the roof line on that little itty bitty entrance way. But I was able to make it work. So now what I'm doing is I'm very carefully, I'm coming over and I'm starting the road, because that really matters to where it's lining up. So it's just a little bit of frustration with that. Again, it's so beautiful and I'm loving stitching it, but it's one of those things where I'm like looking at the new piece that was released and I'm like, what to do. I am stitching this on the called for, which is 40 count Up in the Attic Linen by Fox and Rabbit. And I'm using all of the called for. Now she is going to look through the pattern ahead of time and switch out some of these for an over dyed. I may or may not do that as I'm going. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. But here is my progress. So the house, it does show up, but it is very, very similar. Like in real life, it's just a tiny bit lighter than the fabric itself. Now, the nice thing about it is that it's surrounded by a bunch of color. So it does pop off the fabric a little bit. I may go through and just backstitch that house. We'll see. So I finished the blue house. I finished the roof and the chimney, the windows and the heart. I added the side of that yellow house and the entryway. I still have the door to do. I finished the fence line. I finished the roof down here and I started the road. That's what I did in one evening. And if you look at the chart, the other thing is this fence doesn't go all the way over to the road, but on mine it does. And that's just the way it's going to have to be. So somehow I think when she was making her alterations, I think the count must have gotten off. I don't understand how it could not have. But I will say it is so fun to stitch, and it is a beautiful stitch. See, it looks better out here, huh? Anyway, so I worked a little bit on that. So if you do decide to do the Patreon, month 1 now is in her super secret shop, and it's $1. You have to be a Patreon tier 4 member to get it. So if you do want to participate, or if you are participating and you haven't gotten to start working on the second month, just keep that in mind. She made some changes, and I think the finished piece with her changes is going to be beautiful, but this one is also going to be beautiful. Okay. My Friday night stitch. Since I finished Celebrate the Years, I pulled out Seaside Sparrow. This should be a really quick finish. He's, I would say, more than halfway done. This is by Artful Offerings. I saw this chart when it came out, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. No, I don't need it. And then Annie the Proper Stitcher pulled pulled it out. She changed the color. The blue on him is cadet, so it's a little bit more green. And so she changed it to more of a blue so that he could be red, white, and blue. I left it with the called for colors. And she named hers Pierre. And I just, watching her have so much fun, I thought, yes, I must get this and I must stitch it. I'm stitching mine on 32 count white Belfast linen. And I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. And I'm using the called for flosses, which are all Weeks Dye Works. So real pretty. And here he is. So last night, let me fold him this way, be a little easier. I added his little neckerchief and I started his wings. He's so cute. Not sure how I'm going to finish him. I don't think he will be a pillow, although he could wind up as a pillow or maybe a flat fold. He might be a good one to try flat fold, or I might just pop him in a frame and keep him out here. But he is really cute. He's super fun, very easy and quick to stitch. I think the wings are taking a little bit longer because they're striped vertical. So it takes a little bit longer. But I think the rest of him will work up really, really quickly. So he will be my Friday night stitch until he's done, and then we'll pick a new one. Haul. Only one thing came in, and that was my Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy by Fat Quarter Shop. This is a club. It's a great way to bulk up your stash. And this month we're now in the D's, so we've got Daffodil, Dahlia, Daylily, Deep Sea, Dirt Road, and Dolphin. So really fun colors. They're going down the alphabet. So we've already gone through the A's, the B's, the C's, and now we're into the D's. Now, and she's not sending all of them, and I don't know if that's because some of them are no longer offered or what, but those are the colors. I'm really liking this Dahlia. Real pretty. Pinky purple. And Daffodil. It does scream spring, right? The yellow and the green. So those came in. And I think that is it for now. Yeah. Okay. Short-ish video. Thank you again. If you made it to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. I do read all the comments. I try to, I'm able to keep up and at least respond once or twice a week to the comments. Thank you for that. I do have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. The Facebook group is private, so please answer the questions. I will not add you unless you answer the questions. So please, if you want to join that, please do. I don't have a lot of followers right now, and honestly, there's not a lot of activity on there. But I do want to focus on that a little bit and post there a little bit more regularly. It might be a little more difficult because my work schedule is about to change as we get closer to summer. I'm going to be busy with work a lot more in the spring and summer than I am in the fall and the winter. But the goal is to do a little bit more on all of my social media, but especially Facebook and the All Things Stitchy page, group, private group. So make sure that you do that. Instagram, I've been posting some of my stitching progress there, and videos of Gunner. Well, today I uploaded a video of Gunner, but also pictures, things, just fun little things. So if you would like to, please join me over there on social media. I would really appreciate it. And I think that that is it. I hope you have a great weekend and a great week ahead, this first full week in March. Some of you, I have a little update. Some of you do want to have a tour of the craft room, but you can see how messy this is right here. And all over there, it's the same. So I need to clean it up, and so that I was gonna spend about a little bit of time out here today and focus on that, so that maybe in a week or two I can film a craft room tour video. So if there's anything, if you haven't already responded or commented on another video on what you would like to see in my craft room, please feel free to leave me a comment. What you would like to see: storage, paper storage, embellishment storage, cross stitch storage, finishing storage, fabric storage, charts, and any of that kind of a thing. If there's something in particular that you really want to see, let me know. I may just do an overview and then go through my individual drawers separately. I'm not sure yet. I think it really depends on what kind of interest you all have and what you want to see. So that's it. Again, have a great week, and until next time, happy stitching.